Okay, we'll just do that for now.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony and Sallie on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie. Hey, how do you...
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, that Knockem Day Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully you'll get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine.
I'm Danny Bonaducci, and you are watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple of minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent. Hi, I'm Danny Bonaducci.
Hi, this is Ruth Buzzy, and I'd like you to know how much I love the Knockem Dead radio show coming to you live on govsradio.com. Oh, you make me laugh. You really do. Oh, please. I can't do this anymore.
Knockem dead. Knockem dead. Comedy show.
Unga bunga.
Unga bunga.
Unga bunga. Hi, everybody. It's Monday. Welcome to the Knockem Day Comedy Radio Show. It is Monday, July
25th.
the last week of July already. As always, the summer just flies by.
It does.
Sons of bitches.
I don't feel like it's flying by with, like, great fun things to do. I just feel like we're, like, grinding and working. I
We
do.
have a fun August coming up our way. We have concerts.
Pinky swear?
Pinky swear, baby.
All right. Okay,
We have
good.
concerts. We have sex. We have
We have
friends.
sex?
Oh, we always have sex.
Oh, well, that's July.
That's what?
I mean, how is that different?
Oh, July. I thought you said you lie. I was like, what do you mean?
You lie.
On the bed while you get on top of me. Good morning, Jeff Posey. Jeff Posey's watching.
Hey,
Thank
Bose.
you.
I'm so, like, I yell at Bosey so much.
You did the other night.
But I love him.
I mean, in here.
I just love him.
Well, who doesn't?
I don't know. I can't, what would you complain about? Well, I complained a lot, but just because he keeps screwing up the microphones. But
that's all.
That's it. That's his, if that's his flaw in life,
yeah,
everyone should have a Bosey.
I didn't really understand that.
Like, everyone should have, like, I don't know, chocolate. Everyone should have a Bosey.
Everybody should have chocolate.
Everyone should have a Bosey.
A chocolate Bosey. Hello, Beansy. Yeah, I didn't really understand that with Bosey.
What?
Because he was messing with the mic so much because he didn't want to put his headset on with the mic.
Like this,
meanwhile-
like the
right.
guys on the couch have to
Right.
wear this.
But meanwhile, he just got a crew cut.
Well, he was wearing a hat.
All right, so take the hat off.
So he didn't want to. Well, he didn't want to. He wanted to wear his hat and be all groovy, which was cool.
It takes more than a good hat to make Jeff Bosey groovy.
And if he took the hat away, he'd still be groovy. Is that what you're saying?
Let's go with that.
Yeah. So
Let's go with that.
Yeah. But so he was just doing this.
Right, and then he just kept.
But even putting a mic on and off makes that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It was like every time he moved, what was that?
It sounds just like that. So, like, I'm usually the only one who wears headphones, and there's 15,000 people in the room, and all I hear is. And then at one
You sound
point,
like R2D2's like, I don't know, like he's about to like die or something.
yeah, like, so I was really cracking up because I mentioned it a couple of times. Then he's like, "Oh, okay." And then at one time, I'm like, "Bossy, you're killing me." And then so to be funny, he just dropped the headphone like down. So then all I heard was like, stop it.
Bosie says, "Love you guys. We love you too, pal. We're just messing with you."
Yeah. Yeah, because he was here. He was visiting us with the Green Room show the other night.
So
which was
yeah,
fun.
so we got all sorts of fun stuff going on. We got a bunch of free concerts in the parks and all that stuff. We have free concerts at Jones Beach that we're going to be hosting.
Okay.
And let's tell them about that because I have something to add to that.
You sound like you're gonna sell me a Ginsu set or
No,
something.
no. I'm very.
And there's more.
Well, it's true.
There's more.
I'm very excited. You guys know that we are hosting some concerts at Jones Beach this summer. At Jones Beach, you got the boardwalk, and there's a band shell where it's free concerts. You can sit on the bleachers that they have, or you can bring your own lawn chairs, your own coolers, and just sit back and enjoy a free concert.
Yeah,
See, that's what your
definitely fun.
tax-paying money goes to. That's why Long Island is such a great place.
I say that all the time because, you don't get the stuff everywhere. And,
And you've lived everywhere.
do.
You
Trust
lived
me,
everywhere, man.
the taxes on Long Island are they're crazy.
But I'm okay with that.
But
because
they
we get
do
stuff
give
like
us
this.
they do give us fun stuff just to avert our attention to the ongoing tax.
So as we've been telling
Here,
you,
have a puppy.
have a puppy. Excuse me. As we've been telling you, we're going to be hosting some shows where we're going to come out. Hi everybody, welcome to Jones Beach Boardwalk. This is Sallie and I'm Tony. We're part of Gov's podcast. We host the Knockem Dead comedy podcast every day. Whatever, we do all that.
You sound like John Wayne.
And we're going to introduce the bands. We're even going to bring a comedian out to start, to open the show. It's going to be a lot of fun. August 12th, we'll be hosting for Street Fighter, a Rolling Stones tribute band. August 12th. That's a Friday. The very next night, we'll be there again, August 13th, hosting for a Beatle band. They're called Beyond Fab. August 19th, we'll be hosting with Half Step, which Half Step is the leader of that band is our very own Tom Sanfilippo, who you'll see next Monday here on Gov's Comedy Club podcast. He hosts Flip Tracks Radio. But now,
there's more.
There's more. We just found out yesterday that on August 26th,
I see no poster.
there is no poster yet.
Okay.
But it's coming. But I'm telling you anyway. August 26th, our pal Mike Epstein is part of a band called Fleetwood Mac. Not Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac. It's a Fleetwood Mac tribute band.
Stop doing that.
Okay. Well, it's no different than you going.
No, it's.
I don't know why I find that so fun. It's a Fleetwood Mac tribute band. They're going to be playing Friday, August 26th. We will be hosting. And
there's more.
2 nights later, August 28th, there will be, guess what? A Billy Joel tribute band. Captain Jack is the name of the band. Just like our friend, Captain Jack. Captain Jack will be playing Jones Beach Boardwalk Band Shell on Sunday, August 28th. We will be there hosting that show. So we have 2 more shows coming your way.
Nice.
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, now that I think about Captain Jack, I'm all sad now.
All our best to Captain Jack, the real Captain Jack, our pal, who's been in here a few times. Yeah, he lost his dog the other day. His dog
got
passed
hit by
away.
a car.
Got hit by a truck. Which, I'd rather just not go any further with that. But, all our best to Captain Jack.
Maybe it was quicker.
Yeah. Oh, and on to bigger, nicer things, it's my cousin Patty's birthday today.
Oh, nice.
So happy birthday to Patty. She's also my godmother.
She's like a year older than you.
She's, I don't know, like 10, 12 years older than me.
Oh,
Something
really?
like that.
Well, she's aged well. She looks really young.
Oh, she looks younger than me. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You're like, this is my godmother. I'm like,
Mom, how much older than me is she?
yeah,
I want to say 12, but I'm not sure if that's right.
12 years.
I think that's what it is. It's around there somewhere. And
Are you done with stuff?
Beansy said I should have had a V8. Why? I don't know why he's saying that. Well, no, I didn't make any announcements yet. The Knockem Dead Comedy Podcast, we're coming at you live from Governor's Comedy Club. And Governor's Comedy Club Podcast. That's the name of the YouTube channel and the name of the Facebook page. But we're interacting with you on the YouTube channel. So please hit that thumbs up and share the show. And subscribe. Yeah, hit that one. Yeah, you have to get rid of that. Well, yeah, get rid of those two from up there. Yep.
This one?
That one. Yeah, highlight it. Right. And then,
Okay,
right,
yeah.
And then the next one, too.
Okay.
Right. There you go.
Shut up.
All right. Yeah. Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Where's the social media? Oh, it is there. But move it down because it's blocking the screen.
We're never starting the show.
We did. We started the show.
All right. Yeah, I'm done. So just
Oh, yeah, all
talk.
right. I don't know. Bam. I was right. She's 12 years older than me. So happy birthday, Patty. Oh, yeah, what happened there? Happy birthday, Patty. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that thumbs up and copy and share the link to all your social media pages. Andrew Fremder. I heard Stevie Nicks hooked up with the entire band. The sound of the music probably came from her panties, sounding something like Mac, 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 Mac. It's Monday. What? Beansy, I have a sex class at 2 today? What? What the hell does that even mean? What? I'm very confused. And now, wait a minute, now what happened?
I just moved on.
But I had it.
I know.
It's not there.
I know.
All you people are confusing me today. I don't know what in the world is going on. And of course we're here from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club, where this weekend Joe Matarese is playing Friday and Saturday. Sunday Night Funnies, of course, on Sunday. The Giggle Room this weekend. The Knights of Rocco on Friday. Steve Rocco Perillo and all of his comedic craziness. And then on Saturday, the big night, the Dan LaRocco Birthday Bash. Dan LaRocco, of course, Joe Cravella, Austin Brooks, Fat Jay, John Butera, and a bunch of other crazy people. That's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. That's on Saturday. And, of course, we'll be in here Saturday night for our Green Room show. So we're going to have a lot of fun with those guys for Dan's birthday. At the brokerage this weekend, on Thursday, Chris Frangiola. Chris is a Long Islander.
Oh, cool.
And wasn't it him? No, it wasn't him. But maybe it was him too. I think some people we knew him growing up. I got to look that up. And I think he also wrote for Chelsea Handler, I think, right? I forget. I got to look all that up. And of course, McGuire's in Bohemia this weekend. The Laugh Off on Thursday. Dan LaRocco and Butera and all those guys on Friday. And then I'm sure there'll be something great there on Saturday. I don't have the brokerage or McGuire's info for the weekend, other than Dan LaRocco.
It's just
and
Monday,
Joe Butera.
so. You know.
But we'll get it to you during the week. Don't you worry about that. Hope you enjoyed our show on Friday. I really enjoyed the show Friday with all the harmonica players. Johnny Mac Band, they're coming back here August 12th. They're going to be sitting in with us August 12th. So, let's see. Lots of stuff going on here. Go to govs.com. to see the full schedule and make some reservations to some great comedy shows. Don't forget to go to knockemdeadcomedy.com, check out our full schedule, and find out where you can get tickets for our shows. We have a bunch of shows lined up for the fall. And if you're interested in hiring Knockem Dead Comedy, you'd like a comedic, audience interactive murder mystery show or game show, get in touch with us. If you're having a fundraiser, a private event, a corporate event, any type of party, we got you covered. Let's see. BG, then after the sex class, I have an appointment for penile and enlargement. What in the world? What is he? I guess he just, because he hasn't seen it in years.
Maybe.
Yes.
Could be. It's hard to say with him.
I don't know, what in the world either one of them are talking about. All right. How's the weekend?
Jeez, busy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The weekend wasn't terribly busy. It was last week we were busy.
Yeah.
We did 3 shows, 3 nights in a row with Knockem Dead Comedy. We did 2 game shows.
Yeah, I'm just talking about, like, household busy and stuff like
household
that.
busy.
Not everything's about this stuff,
All right. Well, I guess you can go ahead and tell us what was so busy.
Well, I groomed dogs, all weekend long,
Mm-hmm. Wow.
which was crazy. Yeah, so I had I've just been grooming like little dogs that I have, but I took on Ludo, who's like 80 pounds, and that was something. What's wrong? Oh,
What'd I do?
nothing. I'm just telling you.
Oh,
And
okay.
Them. So, yeah.
Right.
So
I'm letting you tell them. I'm just sitting here
okay.
while you tell your
I'm
story.
mad that I said that it's not all about this because you seem to just shut down there for a second.
I'm just very confused. I don't know what anybody's talking about.
Because it's like 11:15, so I just kind of want to get going.
I was talking about what our week was last week.
Okay. Yeah, but you already did that, right?
Already did what?
Talked about the 2 game shows and
When?
last week, right?
Well, we haven't. No, I mean we did a show.
Maybe the green room show.
We didn't talk about it on the Green Room show.
We didn't.
I don't. Well, all right. We talked. Yes,
We
I
did.
guess we did. We talked about how great Posey was. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I was just,
I was just letting you tell your story.
Yeah, so it was kind of like a big deal to do this big dog, and I got clippers, and because I have no idea how to take care of what's wrong?
I was just reading the weird comments.
Okay. I have no idea how to take care of a poodle, which is what, Ludo really is. And I had, you just can't brush them. You have to get all the hair brushed out, which is crazy because one little section takes forever. So I ended up just clipping his whole body. So it was took me 4 hours. So yeah, that's why I was saying the weekend was busy.
And how did you? What do you call this contraption you used?
The clipper?
They were up on some table or something.
Oh yeah, so I got a grooming table to put him up on, and so just to kind of leash him in and stuff because he was, I didn't know how he'd be, but anyway. So it was the whole weekend was just hair and grooming and.
Which is why I stayed upstairs because.
Yeah.
I came down at one point and I immediately was like, well, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, within seconds of walking down there.
Yeah. But I feel like I mean, obviously I don't know how to groom, so he looks, pretty ugly.
I don't think he looks that bad.
Really?
I don't think so.
Usually when I've seen him, he's got a cute little, thing on his head, and but I was just like he was going into the military. And he actually looks more like a poodle now than he does, without the hair, than he does a golden retriever. His body type now without any hair on it, looks more like a poodle, I think.
I disagree.
Really?
Well, I think he looks more like a poodle before you shaved him because his hair is curly, like a poodle.
But I'm just saying, like bone structure. Like his head is like really thin.
Nerd. You shaved them so you can't see the curls anymore. So and he's like yellowish, so he looks more like a golden retriever because of his size. You think when you say poodle, people just picture a little dog.
Yeah, a standard poodle.
Only geeks like you know what a
Standard
standard poodle
poodles
is.
were around before, like little poodles. Like everyone, the standard poodle got like
Nobody knows that either.
downsized. Yeah, because he's like 80 pounds. He's like a big dog.
He is big.
And a standard poodle they're an active dog. They're like a water dog. They have webbing between their toes. They go fetch. Like they love to fetch.
This dog would play fetch all day long.
All day. Yeah. Yeah.
Now Beansy's wife is watching, which is scaring Beansy. All right. She's keeping an eye on him.
And Kevin did his rite of passage trip from wherever you live on Long Island. At one point in your life, you have to get on a bicycle and ride to Jones Beach.
Oh, is that true? That's a rite of passage?
Yeah, haven't you done it?
No, I've never done it.
You've never done it? You never
No.
rode your bike to Jones Beach?
Nope.
Yeah, you get
I
on
wish
like
I
the
did.
bike path, and then you go there and you spend the whole day at the beach, and you're all hot and exhausted, and
They
then
picked a great day to do it.
yeah, it was like 96. And then all of a sudden you have a great day, and then all of a sudden you think about the fact that, oh my God, I have to like ride my bike home.
Yeah, if I ever did it, I would have done it in the fall or something. Bosie said it would be nice if all dogs were bald.
Yeah.
This dog is bald. Yeah, it's just crazy to do that yesterday. The heat the whole world has been on fire the past week or two.
Yeah.
Europe is breaking records like crazy. Half of France is like burning.
Mm-hmm.
And like only 5% of people in England have air conditioners.
Really?
Something weird like that.
That
yeah.
can't be true.
They don't get the heat that we get.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Until the past couple of weeks, they've been they're
they
burning
better
up.
get going on that, because the global warming is only going to be getting worse.
No, I wish when I was able to ride a bike, I wish I did ride my bike more, and I wish I took the trip down to the beach. I always wanted to do that. I just never did. Didn't plan on getting sick and losing my leg either. So
Yeah, there's that.
there is that minor detail.
Well, it's like any other trip on the bicycle. I mean, I think when you do it, you just do it once, because it's
Oh no, I know people who do it regularly.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, we're actually looking at the miles from Hicksville. It's what, 20 miles?
That's what I've looked up. Yeah, which I was surprised.
Massapequa is just 10. So
Yeah, I was surprised that it was that far, but
yeah.
it would be. I'd like to do it. I think it'd be fun, but you can't be in a rush.
No.
Florida is much cooler than New York right now. Go figure, says Beansy.
Oh wow. I'm okay that France burns down, says Andy. Okay.
And then the message got retracted. Look at that. I was actually looking at it when it got retracted. Like I actually saw it disappear. I wonder if Fremder's going to be in trouble now with the lords of YouTube for saying that he's okay with France being burned down.
Yeah.
He's racist against France.
Right.
One thing we didn't talk about. Did you play Ruth Buzzy this morning? Did we talk about it?
I did.
But did we talk about it?
No.
Yeah, I don't think we did. Ruth Buzzy, who we were fortunate enough to get a little
Cameo.
a little shout out for our show from her. I think that was probably the first video we had for this show.
And it was when Cameo was so young that, like, what did you pay? Like $27 or something?
No, it was Eric. It was cheaper than that. Eric got it. It was $15.
Wow.
And now she's like, last time I looked her up, probably a year ago, it was $150.
Wow.
Ruth Buzzy, who I'm sure a lot of you guys know, comedic genius back in the late 60s and 70s. She kind of fell off the radar a little bit in the 80s and 90s, and I believe she ended up retiring from acting, I think. But a very funny lady. She was on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, Was she on the Electric Company or Sesame Street or one of those?
I don't know. I don't remember her there.
I think she was on one of them. But yeah, she bounced around. She, in the 70s when there were lots of variety shows and celebrity game shows. She did all that stuff. But yes, she last week suffered a series of strokes.
Oh.
A series of strokes, not one. A series of strokes. So hope she's doing okay. She's 86 years old. Actually, no, she's going to be 86 next week, I believe.
Wow.
Which I didn't realize she was that old. But yeah, she's up there, and we hope she's okay because we want to keep playing the video.
Well, we could play it after she passes, right?
Can we? Should we?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah?
Kind of like, tribute to her. Why not? I don't think it's a bad thing.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So that's that. Andrew from there. Oh, he's glad France is burning because they have French fries. Andy Plagenos. Jones Beach is 43 miles from my house. Holy moly!
Wow. Yeah, Andy does not want to get on a bicycle and go to. Hicksville's long. It was like maybe that's why I had post traumatic stress because Kevin told me he wanted to do it with his friends. I'm like, oh, it's so hard.
I bet you Andy Plagenos would. I bet you he would attempt it.
No.
Jones Beach from his bicycle.
No.
How?
43 miles is a big freaking deal if you aren't a bike rider.
So, well, he's in good shape, isn't he? Well, the heart thing.
His hiney's going to hurt afterwards.
Well, that's a normal weekend for him.
Yeah.
We should set up some kind of charity event.
And make Andy get on a bicycle.
Yeah. He doesn't have to do it the whole, all in, nonstop. He can start at his house. He'd go maybe 20 miles the first day, and then we'll take him home, and he can go home and sleep. And then next day we'll take him back to where we left off, and he can finish.
Him and Billy are going to do it, and they're just going to end up in the woods getting stoned or something.
Well, that goes without saying. Beansy says she was on the Gong Show. Yes, she was. Jones Beach is 1,375 miles from his house. Well, get on that bike and get moving. Don't bring the steak. We watched the movie this weekend in between your dog grooming. You groomed 3 dogs this weekend, right?
I groomed Charlie Thursday. Then I groomed Ludo because I wanted to test out. I wanted to test out the equipment. I wanted to test out the table, the clippers, the scissors. I wanted to test it all out on Charlie because I've had Charlie since he was a puppy, and he lets me do whatever I want to do to him. And Ludo, I mean, he's a new dog for me, so I don't know what bugs him and doesn't bug him. So I wanted to test it out on Charlie. It went really well. Charlie looks really shaved, but and then I did Allie yesterday. Yeah, she's like a long-haired dachshund, and she was getting really fat. That's one of the things about the dogs. That's one of the things that I noticed when I shaved all the hair off, and I don't know how I feel kind of about it because, like Cindy, I feed them a certain amount of food, but really good food. I take really good care of them. And I'm under the impression Cindy gave them a lot of garbage to eat.
Oh, yeah.
Because now that Cindy's not around, I'm still feeding the dogs the same amount, what they're supposed to have, and they're all losing weight. So I think they're not finishing Cindy's dinner and eating, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and whatever she was eating. So, which is it's not so good for Ludo because Ludo actually looks a little thin to me.
He's thin, but he's not he doesn't look sick or in any kind of danger. He's just thin.
You and Sam say he looks great. He looks healthy. Kevin said Ludo looks like the before picture when a dog's been rescued. So I
disagree with that.
I was like, really? He goes, yeah, he looks really thin, Mom. But then I was like, that's why I was also talking about the difference between a standard poodle and a golden retriever. A golden retriever has a thicker body, where a standard poodle has a thinner body. And he's 75% standard poodle. So maybe that's it. But Allie was a load. Allie was Allie was fat. Like, and I pointed out to Cindy like a couple of years ago. I was like, I don't want to like fat shame Allie. Like, because it's really hard to like tell an owner that their dog is fat. They take it really personally. And I'm like, she's a little round. And then but she never really lost weight. But, you know, over the last few months, now that I've like shaved her down, she's not normal, but she could still probably lose 10 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
10 pounds?
You don't think?
That's like 3/4 of her.
No. All right. I'll give you 5 pounds. 5 pounds.
I still think that's a lot.
I mean, I don't have them on a diet. I just feed them like a really good kibble, other healthy food, and I don't want them to be thin, but I don't want them to be fat either. Because the things about the thing about like even like bigger dogs, like if you have like extra weight on your larger dog, they're gonna have hip problems. You're probably gonna lose them faster. You know.
I don't know. She doesn't look fat to me.
Really?
Well, I haven't seen her since.
And you don't pick her up either.
Allie?
Yeah.
I pick Allie up all the time.
You don't think she's fat?
No.
She's a load.
Well, I haven't seen her since you groomed her.
Oh, really? She was probably a little mad.
What? Oh, yeah, was she?
Yeah, so she was like hiding out in Sam's room. She like gave me the finger and ran down the hallway.
Kate, she flipped you the paw.
Yeah. Well, this morning she came running out and she seemed to have forgotten about the whole thing. I was like, sorry about yesterday.
Hello, Carol Miner.
Hey, Carol Miner.
Where you been?
What's going on?
I don't know what's going on with Fremder. He's talking about buttholes and taints. Like, he's in a weird mood.
What'd Jeff say?
I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, okay.
He's talking about the Knockem Dead Comedy Show the other night.
Oh, okay. I was just, you know what it is?
No.
It's just like sometimes I just feel like for 15 minutes we're just doing advertisements and like I feel like we lose people.
But that wasn't an advertisement. We're talking about a show that we had and how well it went.
I know, but we do like the morning things while you're, videos, and then when we start to talk, then there's like there's a lot of minutes of advertising what's coming up.
It's not all right. Well, first off, that's part of what a show does is advertise our stuff, and we ask people to share stuff because that's how we get exposure. But
yeah.
But talking about how a particular show went, that's not advertising. We're just talking about how it went. Carol says it's hot down there. How hot is it down there, Carol? Because Beansy was saying that New York is actually cooler than Florida right now. So are we cooler than you? Or hotter than you? Because I would think maybe
Texas has got to be worse than here.
Yeah, but I would think Florida would be worse too. And maybe not today, but maybe Thursday, Thursday and Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We might have been hotter than Texas because it was brutal up here. From there, I'm not reading that, but I laughed at it. Yeah, so I don't know. So, Carol, how hot is it down there? So, also this weekend, we didn't watch it. We forgot.
What?
Your beloved from Boston.
What?
Big Papi got elected, got inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Oh, I just figured he was already in. No?
No.
Big Papi rocks.
Big Papi rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a food.
Yeah, he was a pleasure to watch. He's a good player.
He was. He was a very good player. Yeah, so he got inducted, was it yesterday or Saturday? I think it was yesterday. I forget now. But, yeah, so you're Papi.
Yeah.
What years? So you moved out of Boston in 2014. When did you move there? 2004?
Yeah.
So you were like the good luck charm for right? Wasn't that the first
2000
year?
2000 and 4 or 5. Mm-hmm.
Well, which is it? Because it makes a difference.
Well, I was there when they won the World Series.
The first time.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That was I'm pretty sure that was 2004. So you were like their good luck charm because they hadn't won in what 70, 80 years or something.
Yeah.
So you showed up. And they've won 3 times. And I believe 2013 was the last time they won.
Because I left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, how do you like that?
Yeah. I mean, I stopped watching them. When did Johnny Damon go to the Yankees?
Oh boy, that's been a while now.
Like when he went to the
Damon's been retired a
Yankees
while
and let them cut his hair, I was like,
he was never the
sold
same.
out.
He was never the same.
Well,
after
yeah,
that.
because like Hercules
Right.
had his hair from his strength from his hair. I think it's the same thing. And yeah, I think he should be ashamed of himself to like go to like do that.
Yeah, be ashamed of himself for coming to New York.
Yeah, well, you just don't do that when you're in Boston, and you don't let them cut your hair. It was a big deal. So I'd like stop watching after that. I'm like, screw this. But yeah, so those are the guys
you
that
did it. You left Boston to come to New
I
York.
didn't cut my hair.
Well, you grew it.
Did I?
Yeah.
No, I had longer hair then. No?
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
It's in the Whoa, Carol Miner. It's in the hundreds every day.
And I don't believe Beansy anyway, because he's just a liar, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, his Beansy's wife says it's 87 in Florida.
Where? Where do you
Beansy's
see
wife.
her?
Katerina Alexander Stasola.
All right, I believe that.
If that's her. It might be Beansy.
Yeah.
I believe he's probably having a conversation with himself. 104 yesterday in Texas, 103 today, 103 tomorrow, Wednesday 102. Need I say more? 27th day in the hundreds. What, in a row?
That's a lot.
Oh, that's right, Andy Plagianos. Yeah, not Hercules, Samson.
Oh, you're right.
Samson and Delilah.
Delilah?
Yeah, Samson and Delilah.
Huh.
Also this weekend, I forgot to ask you about this. Did you see this guy try to attack Lee Zeldin?
I don't know who Lee Zeldin is.
Led Zeppelin, I said.
Oh, they said...
No, I said Lee Zeldin. You don't know who Lee Zeldin is?
No.
Oh. Lee Zeldin...
Lee Majors.
Lee... I can't think of any other Lees. Lee... Oh, well. What the hell from there? Lee Zeldin is I believe is from the island. Yeah, he's a Long Island politician.
Okay.
He's running for New York governor.
Okay.
And he was he was doing a rally, giving a speech the other day. I believe it was upstate New York somewhere. And out of nowhere, and there's tons of people. There's people on the stage, people out there watching. Lee Zeldin's holding a microphone in the middle of his speech.
Okay.
And this guy walks up to him. All of a sudden, he shows up on the stage. This guy comes walking up, and forgive me.
Kind of like Chappelle, like he just like shows up on the stage.
Well, this guy, the Chappelle thing, you saw the guy climb up from the front row onto the stage.
Yeah.
This guy didn't climb up. He was like, he actually came from like,
The wings?
from the back. Yeah, from the wings, and all of a sudden is just there. And I forget what they're called, but you put your two fingers around the rings and you hold it, and it's got like
the knuckle thing.
It kind of, but this had blades on each end. So
Oh,
so he
wow.
comes walking over. He's got two blades.
Yeah.
And they just come out a few inches, but he makes his way right to Lee Zeldin as close as we are, and he's just kind of like standing there like this, and he doesn't like jab or anything, but he does just kind of like, it was very strange. He just kind of does like leisurely, but it was enough for freak Lee Zeldin out, so he grabs the wrist, and the two of them start to wrestle a little bit. Now the guy is trying to get in there while Lee Zeldin's holding it. They end up falling, and then a bunch of people, and it's actually. There's one camera angle, which is really cool. I don't know if this woman is security or not, but this woman, because Lee Zeldin and the guy fall, and they're right on the edge of the stage. And so all these people come running from different directions. This woman is on the floor with the seats. So she gets to the stage. So the stage is right here, where I am, like, where this table is. So she's at the perfect angle. She just starts, boom, boom.
No way.
Oh, it's freaking great. Yeah, and they got Lee Zeldin off immediately. They get the guy out of there.
Wow.
But I don't know how did this guy manage to get so close? Like,
Well, they don't do any protection until,
They don't do any protection till what? You're telling me that anybody
Everyone
can
is-
just walk up to a stage and not be stopped? No, that's what I'm saying. How did this guy make his way to be this close to Lee Zeldin without somebody saying, "Excuse me, sir"? Like, the guy was on stage doing a speech. He wasn't backstage waiting. He wasn't just lingering on stage as he was getting introduced. He was already out there. And this guy is just able to come out of no place and just free.
And it's amazing that he would have a piece of equipment that no one has, and he still doesn't know how to use it, or
Yeah, it's very weird.
Like
He
it-
just
he didn't seem to really know what to do other than maybe he just got like stage fright when he got up there. Like, wow, there's a lot of people up there.
people
well-
can see me doing this.
Yeah. Hi, Mom. And then,
Maybe he was just showing it to him or something, and then Lee Zeldin
or maybe he's
freaked
like,
out.
look, I found this.
Yeah, excuse me, Mr. Zeldin, is this yours?
And then they all beat him up, and that lady beat him up. That's so weird that a lady punched him in the face. Did she? You don't know. You don't know if she was just an audience member.
I don't know
Or-
if she was security or not, or no audience member. I have no idea.
That's hilarious.
Either way, it was awesome. Let's see. Beansy and Carol are telling each other where they are. Okay. It's not unheard of for politicians to get fisted. Damn it.
Why?
I didn't read it ahead of time.
You should do that.
Yeah.
I read it ahead of time. I went,
He's in a very feisty mood today, that Fremder. I don't think he's getting any because he's everything he's talking about today is very sexual.
Yeah.
Even with the heat, he said his nipples melted. Like every comment is involving a body part or something being done to a body part. Calm down, Andrew Fremder. Take a shower.
Or go make love.
Go make the sweet love. All right, I'm going to read this one first. I got a couple of things.
Okay.
Here's a story that I thought was fantastic. Although the Lee Zeldin thing was good. And he's not hurt. He's fine. So it was
Yeah.
cool to see the woman pouncing on the guy. Actor Miriam Margolyes has...
Do I know the person?
You might know her if you saw her face. Miriam. Margol.
I just had to get out of Wordle. Hold on.
What the...
What?
Miriam.
Yeah.
Margolyes. With me?
Margol.
Margolyes.
She's a British Australian actress.
Right.
No, I do not know her.
You know? Okay.
That's some hair.
Carol wants to know how hot it got here. I don't think it hit 100, but it was like 96 to 99. That's Miriam. She's an actress. She's been around a while. I recognize her. I don't recall what I recognized her from, but I have seen her.
See, I can't look at anyone's hair anymore without thinking how I could clip it. I'm like, I could groom that in 20 minutes.
So she was on a podcast the other day, last Monday.
Okay.
A podcast called I've Got News for You. And she worked on a movie called End of Days. This was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
She's 81.
Yeah, this movie goes back, I think, maybe late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay.
So she's on this podcast.
Okay.
And they're asking her about her experience on that movie. She said that her memory of that movie and working with Arnold Schwarzenegger was that he used to intentionally fart in her face.
Was she happy about that, or was it like
No.
she had post-traumatic stress from it?
He farted on my face, she said. Now, I fart, of course I do, but I don't fart in people's faces. He did it deliberately right in my face. She played Professor Pomona Sprout. Oh, Professor Pomona Sprout on some of the Harry Potter films. So you must have seen her.
Okay.
She said it was, she did not like working with Schwarzenegger. She said he was rude and full of himself. It's a movie from 1999. End of Days, Schwarzenegger plays an ex-cop who tries to stop Satan from spreading his seed as the new millennium nears.
Wow.
I was playing Satan's sister, and he was killing me. So he had me in a position where I couldn't escape and lying on the floor. And he just farted, she says. It wasn't on film. It was in one of the pauses, but I haven't forgiven him for it.
Wow. And it's in the 90s?
1999 was that film.
And she yelled at him at the time?
Doesn't say. Doesn't say.
Yeah, I'm just looking at pictures of her.
I don't know what her problem is. I'd be laughing my ass off.
Well, it's disrespectful. I get it. I mean, I would yell at him at the time and be like, what the?
You don't yell at me when I fart.
I do too.
Not anymore.
Right? Because now you stopped doing it. Well, that's just thing. Farting's one thing. When you intentionally come up and fart on someone, then you get yelled at. Unless you're someone who thinks it's funny. Like my sister Lori and you could spend all day long farting on each other. Like, some people think it's the funniest thing.
That's almost as good as sex.
Yeah. But to people that don't want to be farted on, it's a rape. Like, I'm trying to
Such a
yeah,
weird
so
day.
I understand her being mad. Yeah. You don't? Because you like that stuff.
I think it's hilarious.
You like that stuff a lot.
Burps and farts are hilarious. I am 8 years old, and I have
Yes.
no problem with that.
Yeah, but everyone else has a problem with that.
Oh, lighten up, Francis. They're funny.
No.
Are you looking for a comment from somebody named Francis?
No.
Oh. What's the issue? Is it the smell?
It's disrespectful.
But why? Because of the smell, or if it's not a smell thing, then who cares? Who cares about a stupid little noise?
It's disrespectful.
But why?
I don't know.
I'm not dumping on your face. I'm not getting anything on you, anything disgusting on you. I'm not spitting on you. That's disrespectful.
It's a risk to do it. And so if 90% of the people that you're farting on think it's hilarious, that's great. But you have to understand that there's going to be 10% of the people, or whatever, you know, how it plays out goes. The people that get offended, just say sorry. Like, all he had to do is say, "Oh, I thought you would think it was funny. My apologies. Very sorry."
What do you mean by a risk?
It's a risk
because of the fart? Because of the smell?
No, it's a risk. You think it's about smell. It's the whole thing is disrespectful.
Right, but I keep going back to the smell because I'm trying to find out what's disrespectful. If it's not the smell, then what is it?
I don't know. It just is like, don't. I think it is. It has nothing to do with smell. So,
right. And I'm not arguing. I'm just trying to understand what it is that's disrespectful.
You're bringing smell in, but there's no reason to bring smell in. Like, being farted on is like, it's just disrespectful.
All right, but that again, and that's why I brought
I can't do this anymore.
I don't know what is the
like. I can't answer that again. I don't know. I said I don't know.
So I'm trying to figure it out with you.
All right, but I don't know. So you're asking like the same thing over and over again, and I keep saying that I don't know. I'm just saying that if.
So I thought we'd figure it out.
I'm just saying that if she's offended, if you would have just turned to her and been like, "My bad," she would have been fine. But obviously he didn't.
Okay.
You don't have to be mad about it.
Everything I'm talking about today, I'm getting shut down. So I don't know why.
Ask a different question.
Or you talk about stuff, and and I'm trying to make jokes and trying to be, make light of stuff, and I'm getting shut down. So I don't know what's going on here today. So I don't know. You want to talk about dogs? Talk about dogs.
No, I'm done with dogs.
So what do you got?
Nothing.
You got nothing?
Nothing.
All right, so what do you want to do? It's about respect, Carol says, but it's just a noise. So who cares?
But she's saying the same thing. She's trying to explain that it has nothing to do with the smell. It's just disrespectful to do it to someone. So I don't know how else to explain it. If it's Carol, if you want to take it and explain it, it's fine. But it would help. But I'm not shutting you down. I'm just saying I don't know how to explain it other than the fact that it's a disrespectful thing to do to someone. And if you don't care about it and you think it's hilarious, that's fantastic. But you take a risk of pissing someone off. And if you piss someone off, if you want to do it to 10 people and one person's pissed off, continue to do it to the 10 people. But the one person say, hey, I'm really sorry. I thought you'd laugh. And that's kind of the advice that I would give. I didn't mean to shut you down. I'm just saying I don't know how else to explain it other than that.
I just thought it was a funny topic to have some fun with. That's all.
Well, then I guess I'm the 1 out of 10. I thought you wanted to discuss it. I didn't think you just want to sit down and laugh about it.
I thought a funny discussion. I thought that's what we do here. I don't know.
We don't always just talk about every topic that you bring up. We're not going to laugh about.
Well, I think when we're talking about farts, I think that's a funny topic. That's gonna, be a funny discussion.
But that's because you're like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You think it's hilarious to fart on someone. And farting is funny, but not when it's on someone or near someone. Which is what she was trying to say. I didn't know you were just I didn't know we were supposed to just make fun of her. I thought you wanted to talk about it.
Well, I did. I thought it would be, but I still thought it would be a fun conversation. You can do both. Farting on someone's face is known as the mud flap. I've never heard that. Yes, Render. Yes. What? I don't know what that means either. Who doesn't love a Dutch oven? I don't know what that means either. Is that? Oh, a Dutch oven is when you. That's a smell thing, right? When you fart in the blanket and then you lift the blanket for the fart. For the smell. Isn't that what? If you wouldn't do it in an important meeting, then have the same respect for the ones who don't like it.
Yeah, you know when to do it and not do it. So if you're doing it anyway, then you take a risk of not everyone thinks it's funny. It's kind of like the burping thing. How Elio said, if you're on the phone, if you burp into the microphone, you wouldn't burp if you're on the phone with his mom.
Right.
When to do it and when not. So if it doesn't go over well, then just say you're sorry, which is what Arnold Schwarzenegger probably should have done.
Well, it doesn't say whether he did or not. They didn't cover that, but
I feel like she just would have let it go if she wouldn't harbor it for decades. This was the 90s, so he probably was just well, get over it.
I don't think it's right. She brought this up 13 years later. No, 23 years later.
A lot longer.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah, well, how do you know she hasn't been bringing it up all this time?
Well, that's true.
But the second I Googled her name, every other picture is her and Schwarzenegger, so obviously it's going to get back to him.
Oh, really?
Right now, yeah, because...
Maybe the smell lingered in all that hair.
Maybe.
So I have a list, and a list of let's get Arnold on the phone. There's a platform called My Perfect Resume. It's a resume and career advice platform. A survey of 1,000 U.S. career professionals ranked the 25 best and worst jobs in America.
Read it one more time.
My Perfect Resume, a resume and career advice platform. Took a survey from 1,000 U.S. career professionals. So they put together, based on this survey, they put together a list ranking the 25 best and worst jobs in America. And I found it very interesting because I disagree with this completely. But it says the worst job is a cleaner. And their annual wage is only $29,000, anywhere from $29,000 to $38,000. Which that I can understand. That's an awful, that's
Yeah,
not a
that's a
great
bad
wage,
wage.
but I wouldn't say that's the worst job.
What are they cleaning?
It's
Just cleaner?
just cleaner. That's all it says, cleaner. Then above that comes waiter or waitress with an annual wage of $29,000. So that's interesting you say what kind of cleaner, because then next up is janitor with an annual wage of only $31,000. Now, I personally think these wages should be much higher because these are hard jobs, but I don't think they're the worst jobs. But a laborer, anywhere from $31,000 to $44,000 a year in America.
I would think that would be worse.
But that's not a bad wage depending on where you live.
Yeah.
And then, which I disagree with this one too, truck driver. They make anywhere from $42,000 to $50,000 a year. Which again, that's something I've done. I was a truck driver at one point. I didn't mind it. I don't know. I can think of worse jobs than any of these. Like
I've been a waiter, and it depends on what you're cleaning, I guess. Like if all you have to do is clean awful stuff, like being a housekeeper in a hotel, that is a hard job.
I'm not saying they're not hard, but I'm saying there's a lot worse jobs to have.
Like what?
I don't know, working in like some kind of chemical plant.
Or you know what they say is like the worst job, because I've seen is people that work in with chickens when they're they're gonna go to
Kill them?
Yeah, to be.
I would consider that worse.
Because there's
Absolutely.
the smell of the poo. It just smells like ammonia, and it gets into your lungs, and they have to wear like oxygen masks to like prevent that, because a lot of them got ill.
Well, plus the fact you're killing an animal.
Over and over and over and over again.
Right.
So I would think that'd be a lot worse than waitressing.
Exactly.
Maybe these people, maybe these 1,000, maybe the sample's weird, because if they're all career-oriented people and they looked back on their life, these people never had crap jobs. They probably never had any of these, bad jobs. What were like the good ones?
All right, so the top, the best jobs in the nation, based on this survey of 1,000 people: software developer, $120,000 a year; a lawyer, and get this, it says $148,000 a year. Not in New York.
Yeah.
Not in New York. With their mansions and RVs and summer homes. Teachers with an annual wage of anywhere from $36,000 to $133,000, which it should be one of the best jobs. It seems like the past 5 or 6 years it hasn't been. Administrative assistant, $41,000 to $66,000, and then nurse, $123,000.
Well, the nursing's great because you could pick whatever field you want to be. Like if you could be just like someone in a small doctor's office that takes your temperature, or you could be like an ER nurse. So you could have you could be an oncology nurse. There's so much to choose from. So I would think that would be really high on the list of things to do too.
Yeah, but I don't know that could be really. Depending, like you said, depending on the type of nurse, that could be a really hard job.
But you could pick whatever you want. You could pick the hard job. You could pick the easy job. So at least you'd have a choice. Like waitressing is waitressing, and
I don't know. I think it's a weird list though, because like
I don't like the people that they ask the questions to. Like, what do these people know?
Screw them.
They probably never had a job in their life, went to, college.
Right, because I'm thinking like, it doesn't list like what the criteria was. Like, how come none of these jobs are anywhere over 150,000? Like, where's rock star? or or an actor, or anybody that makes millions of dollars.
Yeah, but they ask these career people, so they don't know that. They don't know that world.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Well, again, it's not specific, but it doesn't say it's based on their life experiences.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So yeah, I thought that was an interesting list. I disagreed with it, but all those wages. These are definitely not New York numbers.
No.
And again, I don't know my perfect resume. I've never seen it.
I mean, they say things like, to be a welder is like one of the better jobs. It's like the most dangerous job, but like you make like a ton of money. Kind of like Flashdance.
Flashdance. I think I've heard that before from there, but I'll read it anyway because it's funny. When a doctor walked out of the office, he found a rectal thermometer in his coat pocket. He thought to himself, "Some asshole's got my pen." That was funny.
I told you how the time I brought my golden retriever home, and she was like walking around the living room all weird from a vet appointment, and all of a sudden, like out of her butt comes the thermometer.
Oh, that's right. I forgot all about that.
And I didn't know how to like tell them, like, holy shit, people. Like, because it was back in the day when it was like a mercury glass thermometer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a thermometer. And then they must have been like, oh, hey, how the Mets doing? And then all of a sudden she's just like, and the thermometer like landed on the rug.
Did she actually do that? Did she actually turn that way?
So I called. I was like, oh, you know what? I forgot to ask what my dog's temperature was. And they're like, oh, let me look.
Yeah.
Because they knew that they didn't pull it. They couldn't have written it down.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So they'd be like, oh, shit, I didn't write it down. They wouldn't think, oh, shit, I left the thermometer in
They
there.
didn't. So then they said, she goes, oh, it's normal. I go, it's so funny because I'm holding it in my hand right now. And she was like, and so I told her what happened. She's like, oh my God.
Oh, so you didn't? You did.
I wanted to. I don't want to like call and yell, but you be more careful because, they're lucky. She could have she was like sitting in the car, could have like cracked right in her butt. Like I wonder if that would have.
Hey, I really.
Because it's mercury.
How did it not? When you think about it, how did it not crack?
Well, it's good that it was like a big golden retriever instead of like a little guy.
And he was walking really funny.
He was like.
Holy crap! And it just shot out like.
She just kind of like she didn't even like go to poo. She was just kind of like just pressed a little bit, like just dropped right out of her butt.
Years ago, I was playing with my Maltese. I had a little this dog that I think was like 10 pounds, and it was Christmas time. And I'm laying on the floor, and the dog's kind of on top, and we're messing around. All of a sudden, she. The hell? And then first I was like, "Please don't puke on me."
Yeah, I hate getting yacked on.
But it just seemed different. It just didn't seem like it was going to be throw up. It was like seemed like when you eat something, you start to choke. But she didn't have anything. So I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So so I'm watching, and I'm thinking it's going to stop, but it doesn't stop. It just keeps going, and she's looking at me. I'm like, what the? Sure enough, all of a sudden I see what I thought was like drool. So again, I'm like, ah! But it turned out it was tinsel from the tree.
Oh, yeah.
So it starts slowly coming out. I'm like, no way. So
you're so lucky.
Why? Oh, that she survived?
No, because it goes into the small intestines and wraps around the small intestines.
Oh, goodness.
And then it wraps, and it doesn't snap easy. So you end up, they have to go in and they have to cut.
That was the thing. Thank goodness it doesn't snap easy so once I realized what it was, I grabbed it.
Yeah.
And I start pulling it. And I can feel like, you feel a little pressure, like.
Can I bring the esophagus with it?
And it's almost like pulling out like paper out of the printer when there's a paper jam. It was like the same thing. You're just feeling a little force behind you. So you're like, all right, take it slow. I didn't want it to snap. I didn't want it to break. So I'm just, and it took probably a good minute, but it was a long minute, and I'm just
Yeah.
and she knew what I was doing. She just sat there. True story. And then eventually, and you can tell it didn't snap. It just, that was the end, and it just
Was it
instantly
wrapped around
she's fine.
food or anything?
No.
Was it just clean?
It was totally clean. I could have thrown it
You
back
really
on
are
the tree.
lucky.
Never
You
would've
would
known.
have. That would have been a vet bill. Yeah, I don't do tinsel.
I never did it again after that.
Oh, and another thing to be really careful of is Easter grass.
I
Easter grass is like the same
hate
thing.
Easter grass. Like, what's the point?
Why? Yeah.
Just give me the egg. Or give me the candy. Don't even put it in a basket. So I'm not into that.
You
I don't-
hate that.
I don't even like wrapping paper.
You-
Like, what's the point?
You hate that.
All right, so now you put all this effort into something
Yeah.
that somebody's going to destroy in 0.2 seconds, and it's done. Now it's all over the floor. The kids never clean it up.
No.
Our kids never clean it up.
No.
They're all in their, well, except for one, but close enough. They're in their 20s.
They're all
They
slobs.
never clean it up. Like, what's the point? Just hand me the box. Thank you. Oh, it's
Yeah.
a phone. It's a puppy. It's a whatever. It's a
One of my
blender.
Christmas presents to you is that you don't have to wrap my Christmas presents.
But I did. I still wrapped them last year.
Yeah. But I told you don't because you hate it so much. I'm like, I
do
don't
hate it.
care. Like, some people care. Some people like, the pretty box,
The pretty box.
The pretty box. You open it up and you want to see that effort that they wrapped everything.
You do have a pretty box.
I'm just not one of them.
And with Carol watching, usually we start talking about Carol's box, but I won't today because Mike doesn't like it. What? Right. It makes sense that a rectal thermometer can break inside your ass. That way, doctors can get paid to remove it. Yeah, true. Job
yeah, well,
security.
not anymore. Now they don't use stuff like that.
Yeah. Shit, I forgot. I was going to say something. I forgot what. Oh, do we, last week, and it's fine if you don't want to, but last week you brought up your son's job. Do you want to update on that? Do you want to update everybody on that or no?
Oh, the feeding the vegetarian
Yeah.
chicken for 3 months.
Yeah. 3 years.
Yeah, for 3 years. Yeah, so Sam's a vegetarian, and he, just to quickly recap, he works at a restaurant, and so you give them like $3, and they make whatever meal you want. And he's been having
the
them.
employees.
Yeah, the employees. He's been having them do fettuccine alfredo, and he found out last week that the fettuccine alfredo in this restaurant is made with chicken stock. So he was like, kind of upset about it. But so the owner called me because I wanted to know, just because like I eat there all the time. And the reason why Sam got the job is because it's one of our favorite restaurants, right?
Yes.
And when Kevin goes there, he gets the fettuccine alfredo. So we were all like freaked out, and it turns out that it isn't made with it all the time, but if it's been sitting around for like just a little bit and they want to thicken it up, the chef puts chicken stock in it to like thicken it up. So half the time you get it, half the time you don't. But they're researching right now, because one of the things I said to my son, you know what, the last thing I want to do is to tell you what recipes to use. Like that, I said, but however, I will say that your marinara sauce is cooked in bones. And half the time, so I said half the time when you go to a restaurant, marinara sauce is vegetarian, and sometimes it's even vegan. So when I go into any restaurant in the world, I say, "Hey, is your marinara sauce vegetarian?" And most of the time they'll say yes. Sometimes they'll say no, it isn't. And I said, but there's never, ever, ever, ever been a time that I've gone to a restaurant and found out that their fettuccine alfredo has chicken in it. Like or cooked with like a chicken sauce. Like it just, unless it's chicken alfredo or something like that. But it's not the sauce. Like the sauce is always just cheese and milk, and that's it. So, and he didn't know that because he's the owner, but he's not the chef. So he's going to find this out. So I said, it's kind of like you're going to get like an ice cream cone. And as a vegetarian, no one says, hey, is there chicken in this? Like, it's just... And he laughed, too. He goes, is it really like that? I go, it's really like that. I said, marinara sauce is hit and miss. Alfredo sauce, it's always, vegetarian. For people that eat, like, cheese and milk. Like, not that strict. But so he said he was going to look into it. And Sam said that the other owner is looking into it as well.
I got issues with this.
What?
All right, first Carol says it's too hot to send my Buc-ee's box. It's never too hot for your Buc-ee's box. Is Tony still vegan? Tony was never vegan.
Yeah, I would say we're veganish. Like
Veganish. I'm down to maybe 2 meat meals a month.
Yeah, so it's like
is that the proper
it's kind of the thing like at home, like typically at home, unless it's like a special occasion like 4th of July or something. Or, someone sends you 6 steaks, which was really nice.
Oh, that was so good.
It was so good. Unless it's something like that where he's pretty much like vegetarian at home. And then if you go out to dinner or something, which we don't really do a lot of, or you go over, like when we had the show the other night, like the cast gets fed before we do the show. So everyone goes up there and they get, but it's all buffet and it's all sloshing around in sauce that you don't like. So you got like a burger and fries. But you wouldn't have had anything to eat if it wasn't for that. So I think we're just trying to do the best that we can.
And I almost didn't even count it. It was such a thin burger.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, it was like one of those where and I'm not complaining.
Like a McDonald's burger thin?
Not too far from it. It was good, so don't get me wrong, but like it's almost like when you take a bite, like you can almost see more bun than meat.
Yeah.
So I almost didn't even count it. But Beanji says again, heavy cream, no chicken. That's the cheapest way to do that and charge the customer more money. It's bullshit. Yeah, I got issues with this. When you first told the story last week, you were told then, we're going to look into this. They did not, you were told that by one owner. This particular owner did not get back to you. This owner promised you that she would be in touch that Saturday.
Yeah.
You talked to her Thursday. She told you she'd be in touch Saturday.
Right.
She was never in touch.
No.
Can I talk about Sam at work or no?
Yeah, go right ahead. I don't think I'll mind.
Sam goes to work that Saturday, and the chef, who's also one of the owners, I think Sam asked for something because he was going home and he was asking for something to take home with him like he always does. And this guy goes, oh, I'm not touching your food. And then proceeded to call Sam a baby.
Yeah.
Man, it took a lot to not jump in the car and take a ride over there.
Tony's like, do you think they're still there? And I'm like, Tony's asking that because he's going to go beat them up.
You asshole. You did this. It's a big deal what you did. You're messing with somebody's lifestyle. Again, it could be a health issue. Like, who are you to start and I'm sorry, I'm not a chef like Beansy, but yeah, it does sound pretty stupid to add chicken to this. Like you said, it's like adding chicken to ice cream. Like, what the hell? So
we like to thicken it up.
so then instead of apologizing and then figuring out what to do about it, he calls Sam a baby? Up yours, jerk. So then this owner reaches out to you after that.
No, the nice owner reached out to me.
Right. A different owner.
Not any of the...
Not any of those two that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Another owner reaches out to you after that, though, to talk to you about it.
Right.
And says, we'll look into this. No, that's what the first owner said. And how about your other asshole owner that went after our son?
Yeah.
This is not being handled right. I personally think they're just kind of like stalling and bullshitting their way through it. And up yours, owner, chef, who called him a baby.
Yeah.
And I'm really disappointed because I really enjoyed that place.
Yeah.
But now I'm not sure if I can ever go back there.
I know it's getting, and I asked Sam, I was like, is this how it's going to be there for now on from you? He's like, well, after the 3 years I've worked there, I could tell you that it's probably not going to be brought up again, like after tonight. Like, Sam's like, don't worry about it, but it is something to worry about.
It's a dick move.
It is. It's like when, I don't know, like something happens at school and, your kid's getting picked on and they didn't even do anything. It's like,
Right.
it like brings that up.
Right. Absolutely right. It's ridiculous. And I think it's a bigger deal than we're, making it out to be, to mess with the food like that. Carol wants to know, how's the American burger stock doing? I bet you it's pummeled since, because this has been a rough year for me.
But you do feel a lot better.
Yes, I do feel the weight loss. I feel a little lighter. I don't feel bloated.
Yeah.
But I still miss it. Like everybody keeps saying, oh, in time you get over it and you'd miss it, and when you eat it again, it doesn't taste as good, and that hasn't happened. I still miss it like crazy. When I had the burger the other night at the show, I was like, as soon as I finished, I was like, yeah, I can go for a thicker. Like I felt like I could go for another one.
Yeah.
I miss it, and I don't feel that hasn't gotten better.
No.
And I just enjoy a good steak, man. I want to, like I was supposed to have last week. Carol, I would do the same thing. What a jerk. It's easy to keep it vegetarian. Let's go get them. Absolutely, man.
And it's not like I don't know. We're not like, picketing with, save the
With the
world and
inflatable rat?
Yeah, we're just like quiet people who we respectfully ask, like, hey, does this have anything in it?
Well, that's the thing too. I mean, this isn't it's not your normal corner hole in the wall bar. It's on a corner, and it is it's a little nicer than that. Mm-hmm. But it is a corner bar. But it's clean. It's nice. It's a nice atmosphere. They bring in a musician sometimes. The food has always been fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic, I said. So this is like a big letdown, and then to see the way they're treating it, it's like, oh, you'd expect it. There's an Italian place across the street. You'd expect this from him.
Yeah.
There's an Italian place across the street where we used to do murder mysteries for years there, once a month.
He would just lie about it.
That guy was the worst.
Like, at least they're all being honest about it,
Yeah, but they're kind of not, because they're stalling you. So that to me, that's almost the same thing. So, yeah, very disappointing, very upsetting.
Yeah.
And they need a butt kicking.
Yeah.
All right, so now, last thing I got for today, we're almost out of here anyway. Netflix.
Yeah.
We talked about this a few months back. They don't want users to share accounts with other households. And they were like putting a stop to that. We talked about that a few months ago. But now the company has a new way of turning it into a feature for an additional fee, of course. The feature is called Add a Home, and it allows users to buy additional homes with whom they want to share their Netflix account. Each home incurs a monthly fee on top of your regular subscription fee. It's $2.99. It's considerably less than the cost of a full Netflix subscription. So it still allows a couple of households to save some bucks on Netflix, which is cool. The feature also includes watching Netflix on tablets, laptops, phones, etc. Netflix also says that a new setting is coming soon, giving users the ability to control where their account is being used, as well as remove additional homes at any time. According to Netflix, the feature is launching on August 22nd. Netflix points out that it will not automatically add homes and charge a fee when someone is sharing their account with another household. Instead, users will be asked to add homes and approve the additional fee. There are a few limitations to how this can be used. For example, one account will only be able to add a certain number of extra homes. depending on a tier. Apparently, there's different tiers. Basic accounts will be able to add 1 extra home. Standard accounts will get 2, and premium accounts will get 3. So this new feature is different from the Add Extra Member feature Netflix launched in a few countries back in March, which allowed users to add sub-accounts for up to 2 people they don't live with. So this could be good, and it's cheap. But here's the kicker.
Okay.
This Add a Home feature will, at this time, will not be available in the United States.
Yeah.
It will only, not even Europe, it'll only be available in Argentina, Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras.
Are they doing like a tester there or something, or
This article that I just read to you, that I found, did not specify that.
Well, and they also, like I was reading last week, I don't know when they're gonna roll it out, but they're gonna, you're gonna be able to have Netflix for a lower price if you allow ads, like commercials, like just a couple commercials, like back in the day we had. So it might be like $5 cheaper. They haven't come up with a price yet, but
Would you pay $5 more a month for no commercials?
$5 less. Oh, more.
more.
No, that it isn't going up without commercials, but I'm just picking $5. Like they're dropping at $5 if you allow commercials.
Right. So but if you don't allow the commercials, you got to pay $5 more than everybody else.
Then commercial people, yeah.
Right. So and I know.
So let's say I pay $15 a month now.
Right.
I might be able to get it for $10 a month if I allow commercials.
Right.
Or just stay at the 15.
Right. I understand that. So and I know 5 is just the example. We're not saying it is actually 5, but would you continue to pay $5 more a month than a lot of other people to not have commercials?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind pausing and having time to go make tea or go to the bathroom or stuff. So it wouldn't faze me, but it would probably bug other people.
Well, that's the thing, because it's an interesting thing, because Netflix, like, they don't stop their movies in the middle for a commercial. You can watch the whole movie through.
Right.
So it's almost like a trick. So you're going to pay $5 less a month. What? Because there's 2 commercials at the beginning of the movie? Who cares? So to me, this is kind of just a weird way to get $5 more out of people, or whatever the amount is.
You're not getting $5 more. You're just not everyone's always gonna have to pay 15. But if you want to just pay 10, you can have a couple commercials.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So most people are gonna go for the 10. So those people that are still paying 5, they at that point, whenever this rolls out, will be paying $5 more, or whatever the amount is, more than the non.
And they have that
commercial
now,
people. So it's a ripoff to me.
Yeah, they actually have that option sometimes already, and I don't know if it's Netflix or Amazon, but one of them has it where, like, an old movie, you can watch an old movie for free.
Oh yeah, with ads, it's Amazon.
It's Amazon? Yeah, and it's only like 2 commercials, like, who cares? I'm like, sure, I'll do it. Or you could pay like, $4. I'm like, oh.
But YouTube does it, and that sucks. YouTube does throw in commercials it's like every 5 minutes or something. It's bad. And the commercial comes in like right in the middle of a scene.
How much is it a month not to have ads on YouTube?
I don't even know, because I really don't watch movies too much on YouTube, but I don't know. I don't know.
Like, I know no child watches ads on YouTube. Like, they just can't stand it.
Yeah, I know.
They don't
They
care.
wouldn't make it back in our day. They wouldn't make it.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Speaking of movies, Don Sill still working on his movie. He's filming here this afternoon with Zach and the crew. Be nice to see Zach. I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
In a while. Because he's so busy, that kid. So Don is filming today, and then we're filming again here at the club this Sunday, and that'll be it. We'll be done. Don has already started to edit. He sends me stuff all the time. It's looking better and better.
Tomorrow and when? When's the last day?
Today. This afternoon.
Today and when?
Sunday, this coming Sunday. Oh, yeah, that's what I'll do. Hey, what are you guys doing this Sunday? So this Sunday, for the filming, the movie is, and we've talked about it like crazy, but the movie is about a comedian, and that's Don's character. And this is, it's a short film. It's only going to be like probably around a half hour, but we do have hopes for it. This could easily be a pilot for a series if we wanted to keep going with it. So it's about a comedian. This particular episode takes place in a club. So of course we're filming it here. So there's a scene that takes place where you see Don and some of the other people playing comedians where they're actually on stage doing a set, doing their stand-up act. So we're using the giggle room, and we need audience members. So reach out to me on Facebook if you feel like coming. It'll be Sunday night. Eric Haft is in the scene, so he'll be up there, and I'm sure like in between takes and stuff, they'll be joking around. We'll all be joking around as we set up. Austin Brooks will be here. Don, I'll be here. I don't know if Carrie Karavis is going to be. I know he's hoping.
No, he is. She is.
She is? It's already set?
Well, I don't know if it's set, but he definitely wants her.
Yeah, I know he wants her. I
needs
don't
there.
know if she's committed to it. Bosie will be here. Shari Palin will be here. So there'll be a lot of us here joking around. So it's not going to be your typical comedy night where it's just comedian after comedian. There's going to be starts and stopping, and there's, camera angles and stuff. Excuse me, but you'll be, there's a good chance you'll be in the film because I'm sure we're going to get some camera shots of audience laughing and stuff. So,
and that's what we need. We need you to be like the audience member who like laughs on key, and it's kind of hard work. On cue. Yeah. I mean, you have to, because sometimes you hear the same line 4 times because they're going back and forth. You have to laugh just as hard all 4 times.
Yeah, but I mean, Don could always fix that in edit. If need be.
Okay.
But we still need that kind of energy. And again, if you're on camera and stuff, we need you to laugh at everything. And the club is open that night, so the bar will be open. So if you want to, you'll be able to buy some drinks and stuff. So it's not your typical comedy show, but again, we got some great comedians that are filming scenes. I'm sure it'll be interesting to watch, and I still think it'll be fun. In between takes, I'm sure we'll be joking around. I'm sure these guys are going to be actually telling some of their jokes for the scene and in between takes. So I think it'll be cool. So if you're around and you want to hang out, get in touch with us. The room holds 90. I don't think we need 90 people. Plus, we can't hold 90 because we'll also have the cameras and the crew walking around. But
right.
But I know Don said even if it's just 20, he's happy. But wouldn't mind anywhere. I think 30 to 50 would be cool.
Yeah.
What's
the night like? Like, when's it going to start, and when will they get out of here? I know it's hard to say, but just to give them an idea, because if you've never done something like this, you don't know.
I have to double check with Don, but I think it's going to be like 6 to 10, 7 to 10, something like that.
Okay.
It'll be a while. Yeah. So
and you get to see how
it's definitely night.
Movies are made. Yeah. It is pretty interesting.
Right. Are you going to be here? I'll be here.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll be here. Zach, of course, will be here with the crew. So it'll be fun. So and we'll mention this again as the week goes on. Let's see. Let me go back, read comments. They're still going on about the food. Carol says, Sam doesn't deserve that. It's the same thing for people who have gluten issues. Yes. Beansy, everyone wants to cut corners. Me, personally, I would not tolerate. Boatsy, I've lost a lot of weight and eat whatever I want, just saying. Carol says, they say GF pasta and cook it in the same water with other pasta. What? They say GF, what is that, girlfriend pasta? What does GF mean?
Gluten-free.
Oh, gluten-free, sorry. I should have gotten that. They say gluten-free pasta and cook it in the same water with other pasta. Yeah, true.
Sometimes you just, they're not gonna, for example, we're not crazy strict people. And that's what, makes me mad about this is, I understand if it's something like a peanut allergy or something. I mean, you could die. Right. But, we just have to, get over the fact that, our fake burger is sitting next to a, meat, and, they're flipping and flopping with the same spatulas. Like, we're not like, make sure you clean your spatula before. Is the grill clean? Like, I've worked in restaurants, like we've had that. And I'm like, you know what? You can't have everything. You're not going to have an entire kitchen clean their grill because you wanted a fake burger.
But like you said, though, it can become a health issue.
Yeah, like if it's something like gluten-free, like if you're going to have, like, if you go to a restaurant and all of a sudden you have stomach pains and diarrhea for a week, like, you know what, or that's not the restaurant for you, but you have to ask. And if they're not going to help you with that, then you need to go somewhere else because you don't want to get sick.
Right. Beansy says it's like a peanut allergy. And then he says, Carol, that doesn't make it gluten-free when you cook it in the same water as the regular pasta. I think that was her point there, Beansy.
Yeah.
And then my mother even texted, and she said it's also, it's not just vegan. Some people don't eat meat during Lent. So it's a religious thing.
Right. Like if you, that's really a good point, Mama Walker. Like, let's say someone got out, fettuccine Alfredo during Lent. I can completely see this chef not giving a shit about it.
Well, maybe we could save this topic for tomorrow, but like my mother writes that to me. My mother is 77. When my mother was like 27, well, I was only 2. All right, 37. Like, do you ever notice how as people get older, they become more religious?
Yeah.
Like my mother, like we used to watch Happy Days, and that's all Happy Days was basically Fonz was trying to get laid. That's basically was the premise of that show.
He wasn't trying; he was getting laid.
Well, true. Richie and Potsy and Ralph were trying to.
Yeah.
My grandmother, who, was
not trying to get laid.
Well, she did. She got married.
Yeah.
Again after my grandfather died. She was what, 60 or something when I was born, something like 65 or something. So I only knew her to be this old religious, crazy religious person. She was, mega Catholic. We had the statue of the Virgin Mary, the whole bit on the front lawn, because I lived with her in my first 12 years. So I don't. My mother wasn't. My mother would yell at her about, things me and my brother would do and say, and tell her to lighten up, and they would fight all the time about it.
Yeah, but so you're saying your mother is getting more religious as she's getting older?
Yes.
I haven't seen that. Like what? Like what aspect?
Well, even that, I don't know if my mother would, if my 37-year-old mother, I don't know if she would have said that if we're
About
having this
Lent?
topic. Yeah, about Lent.
Did Lent just pass? Kind of.
No. Lent,
Easter?
Yeah, so that would be 3 months ago.
Wait, how long ago before Easter do you Lent?
40.
Do you get down with your Lent?
40 days. 40 days, 40 nights.
Okay. But that's Moses. Isn't 40 days, 40 nights like Moses had to wander through?
Maybe that's why. I don't know why they picked 40 days, which maybe my mother will text me and tell me why it's 40 days, 40 nights. I have no idea anymore. I don't really practice anymore, so I don't really know. I've forgotten all that stuff. I used to be a very good student in Catholicism.
Really?
Yeah, honest to God.
How old are you when you're in Catholicism? How old? Is it like sixth grade or something?
Catechism?
Yeah.
Catechism. Catechism ends in 8th grade. When you
all the way up to 8th
when
grade?
you have your confirmation.
Okay.
You can choose to keep going if you want. But I think it's like 99.
Boy Scouts?
Yes.
You can still get your Eagle Scout.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think it's like 99% of us drop out after confirmation.
Yeah.
But no, I was one of the idiots and nerds that would pay attention and listen, and I went to church every freaking Sunday. I don't think I missed a mass from 8 years old till probably maybe 20. And I would pay attention to what they were saying, and sometimes if I knew the priest, I would ask him a question. Yeah. It was a bit much.
You can ask a question.
No, not in the middle of mass, afterwards. There was one priest, Father Herning, that he was very good. He would actually do his sermon like in a very basic way, and he would even say,
He dumbed it down.
I'm dumbing it down because I want to keep the
Because
kids'
Walker's
attention.
in the audience.
Yes, that moron right there.
Because I don't want any more questions. I don't want field any questions because I'm off the clock at noon.
Please, Lord, and then you get the whole church to pray. Please, if you ask me another
And
question, please
this
just take his
kid
leg. Take
keeps-
his leg if he doesn't stop with this shit. The whole place, amen. I love this guy, Father Herning, and maybe he loved me too, but no, he wasn't known for any of that garbage, thank goodness. But
He was the one.
no, he wasn't, thank goodness. But
Well, he was the only one.
I liked the guy so much that when I got married the first time, I tracked him down
Did he marry you guys?
He married my first wife and I, but he had been out of Hicksville. I had no idea what became of him. I made phone calls and I tracked this guy down.
Nice.
He was still on the island, so I said to him, I would sometimes talk to him after mass and stuff. So I said to him, you had a big effect on me as a kid. I would like you to come marry my wife and I. And he was shocked and honored, and so he did. He came to St. Ignatius in Hicksville and he married us.
Nice.
And I have no idea. I
And
never
then he
talked
got
to him
divorced
again.
a day and a half later.
Right. So, so my mother would go to church every Sunday, but it just seems like she's gotten more religious as
I
time's
haven't
gone
seen
on.
that. Like, she hasn't, been like, pray with me, Sally.
No, she doesn't do that, but
she
she's
hasn't done any
God
of that.
comes up, and like she'll get on me for not, like sometimes she'll say something about me not practicing Catholicism anymore, and
Oh, really?
say a prayer and fix this. Like if something wrong is happening in
Does
our
she
life.
still do the
pray.
rosary?
I don't know if she does still do the rosary. We used to do that with my grandmother. Oh my God, my grandmother had you have the wall in the living room where the stairs are. She
The
had
Harry Potter room.
She had what?
The Harry Potter room.
I don't know what that
Underneath the
means.
staircase, right?
Yeah, I don't know anything about Harry Potter.
That's
so I
right.
have no idea what that
We
means.
I have to make you watch Harry Potter just so you can
No,
get
that's right.
jokes.
She had an indentation on the wall. If you guys are familiar with post-war Long Island, Abe
Levitt
Levitt
townhouse,
used to
right?
build the Levitt houses, and he had a model basically, and he built neighborhoods on Long Island, the same model, same type of house, but the idea was to build them cheaply, so that the veterans, as they're moving out here from New York City and stuff, they can afford them. So, and they all like the big thing was, it comes with a TV, and had just a little indentation in the wall, and a TV just fit in there.
And she said no to TV.
She took the TV out, and expanded. This thing had to be 4 feet high, and probably maybe it was under the stairs, so it was probably 2 feet in. So it was just this big shrine, big statue of Mother Mary, big statue of Jesus, and beads and whatever, all this stuff just in there. And we had to do the rosary. On a regular basis.
Your mom said, I'm this way because you never know when you're going to die. You never know.
Yeah, and I've been saying that for a long time too. When is she gonna die? Gotta go over there and take care of it. She even I don't know if I told you. Oh, did you see it the other day? She had a picture on her wall, and
Yeah.
the frame fell apart, and so she just had the cardboard or that brown hard wooden backing was just hanging there for a few days.
Yeah.
So I was there the other day, and I was like, all right, let me put this back up. She said, oh, you don't have to do that. I was like, yeah, sure. Like she wasn't thinking that when I walked in. Oh, good, he could fix my picture. That is not how my mother talks at all. But I did. I fixed it. All right. So Netflix is trying to make more money because Disney Plus has been farting in their faces for the last 5 months. Says from the.
There you go.
Beansy, YouTube, you can pay for premium for $10. Oh, that's not bad. With no commercials. Carol, right, Beansy, that's what I mean. It's no longer gluten-free if they do that, but some restaurants don't understand.
Yeah, they don't
Then
care.
I get glutenized.
They just want,
Right.
food to taste good at whatever cost.
And that's unfortunately not. When you're messing with food, man, sometimes there are certain businesses where the money doesn't come first. And when you're messing with people's health, man, the money can't come first.
Like, I remember back in the day, like at this Italian restaurant I worked, like the menu would be like, let's say it was a sauce that was like white wine, lemon and garlic, capers, mushrooms, diced green onions. Like that's what you were allowed to say. but half of the dish was butter, and you weren't allowed to say that the chefs put butter in it. You're just like, oh, it's little olive oil, and they're like, we can never make it to taste this good at home, and they would have these like ice cream scoops that they would just be with the butter.
Ooh.
Like it would be
That's a lot of butter.
a lot, like that much butter, and then like everything else would be cooking in it. Like no wonder why it tasted so good.
Yeah, Beansy explaining Lent. You're supposed to give up something for 40 days and not eat meat on Fridays. And let me tell you something about that, Beansy. My mother confessed to me, of course after the fact, that with Lent you give up something for 40 days and no meat on Fridays. If you're below, I think it's like 8 or 6 or something. If you're younger than that, you don't like the Catholic Church. Like you're not expected to follow that when you're that age. But I mean, my mother and grandma, they put me on that diet, that subscription.
Just one day a week, you couldn't eat meat, and that like just threw you out. And it's a lot healthier.
But it was more. No, but it's more than that. We didn't have to give anything up either.
Yeah.
We were, if you were under a certain age, you were exempt from Lent.
You always have to give something up.
But that's what I'm saying. You didn't have to at a certain age, and they didn't exempt me.
What would Jesus do?
He would exempt me. It's his rules. He made it up. And then even the not meat on Fridays. I think there's even like some rule. There's like some kind of stipulations with that. Carolina, that's why I don't camp. My ancestors wandering and camped for 40 years. No need for me. Plagianos, did he even exist after he left Hicksville? No. And yes, Carol, we got Andy to say Hicksville. And thank you, Andy. I'll be sure to... I'm going to have a bunch of Hicksville memories for Andy on Friday. Katerina Alexander Stasola. Just heard your conversation. Come to my mom's house. Yeah, I wish you heard our conversation last Tuesday. She could hold church in her house with all her religious artifacts. That's what my grandmother did. We used to not eat meat on Wednesday or Fridays during Lent. Yes, I remember my grandmother tried that on me. And then I think my grandmother, she never ate meat on Fridays, like not even during Lent.
Well, a lot of people just order pizza on Fridays anyway, so year round.
There's
I know
meat
that's
in
like
pizza,
a big
isn't
thing.
there?
No. Well, if you get like pepperoni,
Yeah,
but if you have
right.
like a cheese pizza, no.
Well, true. All right. You're right about that.
Like what? How awful is it? You get pizza on Friday. Big freaking deal, people.
It's pretty, well, when you don't eat pizza, it's a big deal. I gave up pizza for Lent, and I've never gone back. All right. We're out. Wow, we went a little late today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, is Tuesday Trivia. Guess who's back to join us for Tuesday Trivia tomorrow?
Jay.
Fat Jay will be here tomorrow, and he's bringing his girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Boy, we're going to have some fun with her.
Yeah, we met her the other night. She's delightful.
She seemed very nice.
Yep.
Yeah, looking forward to talking to her about him. And I think Dan will be here, and I believe Joe will be here. The gang will be here tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
Okay.
Tuesday Trivia. Tonight, 6:30, we got Steve Squared. Tonight, 8 o'clock, we got The Wort. You didn't put that on the schedule the other day when you sent the email out.
I didn't.
Why?
I don't know. I actually thought it was next week.
No, The Word is this week. The Word is today.
Sorry. Yeah,
if it wasn't
mixed up my
today,
week.
So you thought you were here tonight for Steve Squared and Flip Tracks? Because you didn't put Flip Tracks on there either.
No. Yeah, I just messed up.
Yeah.
It was 9:30 at night. I woke up.
Steve Squared tonight at 6:30. The Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve at 8 o'clock. And then we're back here tomorrow for Tuesday Trivia at 11. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Monday. And we will see you guys tomorrow.